All right. Ooh. Wow, the tower. This is the mind space, guys. The first two cards I'm pulling here is about, it tells us what mindset everybody's going into the relationship with. All right, this is the body. This represents to us what wow. This is representing to us what everybody's presenting to everybody, how people are seeing them, how they see themselves. Okay. And then the bottom card gives us a little background as to why they're showing up the way they're showing up, as well as thinking the way they think regarding the relationship. And I'm just stunned with how this reading is looking right now. Damn, there's a lot of stuff happening, guys. Okay, wow. Right, so the card that I just put down here, this first card here, indicates to us how you guys met, or like not how you guys met, what brought you two together. But the challenge that you both face is the Queen of Cups. Fudge. Awesome. Wow. Powerful ass reading, fam. Because not only is this about soulmates and stuff like that, you guys are manifesting. And what it looks like is somebody's definitely making the changes that's needed to honestly have what they want. So this ain't just about very soon and manifesting and waiting to see. This is somebody taking action and making it happen. Now, with this side here, this is what the side I want to start with. Feel free to pick the side that resonates with you guys the most. But this card here tells me that this person going into this relationship is honestly ready to start changing some stuff up, ready to take action. I think this relationship was probably unexpected for them, considering that they live a pretty mundane life. It kind of give me the sample of, they kind of live their life in a very repetitive fashion, routine. This is the way they live: eat, sleep, work, sleep, eat, work, sleep, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I studied with that, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, this person has a very bland routine. In this situation, this relationship, how they go into it, it's changing some stuff up. It's giving vibrancy to it. It's honestly a shock to the system, I feel. And I think this person lives a very, like I said, repetitive lifestyle, routine. It works for them. It's been good. But now, I think this is prompting them to change things, realize how foundationally their lives may be unstable. I think this person is honestly recognizing that this relationship is showing a lot of things that have been dormant in their mind for a while, right? I think they're bringing back spark to the relationship. Now the other person has the Queen of Wands, so they already seen the other. I think they see the other person as very attractive. They know that they're confident in themselves. They're very active, charismatic. This person is drumming up a lot of energy, and the way they think about this relationship, or their minds are going into this relationship, they see a lot of passion, a lot of enthusiasm, excitement, a lot of energy is being put into it. And I think this person is allowed to be their flirtatious, romantic selves, because this relationship opens the door for that. Because look at this, look at what they're presenting here in the present, in their physical plane. They're coming off as extremely flirty. They got the puppy love kind of card here, the Page of Cups. They're expressive. They're communicating how they feel. They're talking from the heart. They're communicating from the heart. And they're small little gestures, the small little openings to honestly go into somebody's heart, right? Small openings to allow someone in. They're not huge steps, excuse me, they're not huge, like, things. They're like little things that kind of test the water, I feel. But this person is opening up. I feel like this person is becoming more and more confident with this relationship. The more and more they communicate, the more and more they share about themselves. And this person is showing a stable part, showing a stability for this Page of Cups that is allowing this person, I feel like, to become more and more confident, growingly confident as this relationship unfolds. But what brought you two together was the Emperor. So it could have been that there was some work here, or maybe somebody, it's interesting. Definitely active. Definitely energetic here, but with the Emperor, to have an Emperor as the person that brought you together, somebody was either very stubborn, or someone was very active, or somebody took mixture of both. I think in some ways it's the ego thing that brought you two together. I think you guys both were alphas. Both are leaders in your own ways. Both have your own ways of doing things, and that kind of was attractive to you both because you guys didn't just fold under pressure. You guys didn't fold to accommodate the other person. There was a lot of like, well, this is how I do things. Well, this is how I do things, and that kind of was hot. Like, I think that was a little, that was a little hot because both of you guys have their own ways of doing stuff. You guys, weren't lily livered, right? You guys are both kind of stubborn in your own way, and that stubbornness kind of drew on, to be attractive. Somebody came in with high masculine energy, and this definitely is showing that this person is willing to be the feminine, the divine feminine, while someone else is being the divine masculine. But I think divine masculine energy is what brought you two together. Both of you guys, being very stubborn or being very strong and very, aware of your power, confident in yourselves in that regard. But the challenge that you guys face is the Queen of Cups. So that's being emotionally open, falling fully in love. And I think that now it's all about, just not necessarily playing the game, but adjusting to the change. Because this person is has had a mundane life for a long time, has been doing things routinely for a long time. But this is opening the door to changes and things that can honestly grow to something bigger, right? Great abundance here. But in order for that to happen, I think this person is realizing things that, like I said, that has been unstable in their life. They're opening their mind up to a lot of the changes. This star is actually telling us that this relationship has brought a new beginning, a star that both parties can reach towards or go for. It's bringing in inspiration for this relationship and creating aspirations for each and everybody, each and every person in this relationship. So the Queen of Cups here is like being emotionally open, not really being so tough, not having that hard rock suit on, showing that you're the boss. I think that, of course, that's what brought you guys together, because I think you both realize there's a softness to each one of you. And I feel like this person is showing that softness, but in a confident way. Like, they're showing this to show that they're trustworthy, to show that they're open, to show that they're, just as, tough on the outside and soft on the inside as the other person. Because the Queen of Pentacles, she can show that she's all about business. She's all about structure. But at the end of the day, though, she still needs to take care of herself, love on herself, nurture herself in a way that, is soft and gentle and sweet. She doesn't want it to be rock solid like it's been like hardcore. She has a routine. She has things in a pattern. Yes, and it works in a very practical manner, but she does take care of herself in a way that shows love back, right? So I do feel like both parties are the challenge is showing their emotional side, their soft side, but it also is also inspiring both parties to dream. It's inspiring both parties to go after what their heart's desire is, to go after, to recognize what their heart's desire is and go after it then. Because I think that everybody here had to show that they were tough and had to be, tough and, strong for the people around them, for themselves. And this situation, this relationship is they've got, I think they're realizing that there's dreams that they may have had that they've, that may have taken them a long time to get there. But now this is about changing a lot of stuff for this person here to make that happen. And this person is like finding the confidence in themselves. And this is honestly amping them up to really have that dream come true, with either a stable relationship, someone that they can be emotionally open with, someone that they can talk to, someone that they can feel stable with, because this person is a go, 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 go kind of person. And I feel like this person is trying to stabilize, but they're changing too. This is changing a lot of thoughts and opinions that they had about relationships, and I think it's like bringing a lot of new things to the table while it's clearing out a lot of the other stuff, right? So this is like an epiphany for this person, and I think that they are realizing that there's potential for creation here. There's potential for growth, potential for great happiness. Even though the Empress, in my opinion, doesn't necessarily talk about great happiness, it's more of like creating abundance, showing that you guys, that there's things that can be created, and there's no longer this person having to do it alone, right? I think this person realizes that they can be the soft person that they've always wanted to be instead of this hard person that takes care of everybody else, right? I think the person wants to not necessarily not be taken care of, but to be treated as someone that's being valued, someone that's valued, someone that can be be taken care of as well. Because this person can do it themselves very well, but I think they've realized here that they don't have to be that person that has to take care of everybody anymore. I think they've realized that this person, it allows them to be soft, to be gentle, to be, the Queen of Pentacles, to be that Venus energy, Taurus. And I think this is you. You're realizing that you don't have to be the person that takes care of everything. You can be the person that is valued, that's loved, that's cherished, that can still be your independent, boss self, but be seen as the person that can be soft, that can be treated with gentleness and kindness, and can be taken care of sometimes too. Because the other person, where they're coming from, is the Ten of Wands. They're coming into this with a lot of baggage, a lot of burdens that they're trying to let go of. Now it's interesting, considering that they're coming up with the Page of Pentacles, expressing themselves, communicating from the heart, being emotionally open, and they have, they see this relationship as, a confidence builder, like building their confidence to be who they are, to encourage them to be themselves at all times and at any time. But, the reason why, I think it could be that from the past, right, they had a lot of things that they had to carry. They had a lot of responsibilities. They had a lot of things bogging them down and keeping them from being able to express and be who they were. And that this relationship encourages them to do that. So I think that, they're expressive, they're emotional, they're open to test the waters, like in small ways, right? They're taking small little steps, but these are big steps for this person, because this is showing them that they can be who they are. They can show what they think. They can be expressive. They can do all these things and be okay and not have to worry about them being crushed under the weight of everybody else's stuff, or not being seen as, as the unique person that they were, so this is allowing their soft side to come out, where they're, where they can express, they can be who they are, they can be emotional if they want to, and not be judged. So this is beautiful, guys. This is really beautiful here. Wow. Show simple acts of kindness. And this says here, a simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. So you guys just give each other the space to just be yourselves, to love on each other. And that's a beautiful combination already, because you guys are both coming from a place where you had to be strong. You had to take care of the whole entire kingdom as the emperor, right? You had to, be the, the disciplined one, the one that's stern, that's serious, that's stickler. And this person is like, both of you guys are showing each other that that it's okay to be soft. It's okay to be gentle. It's okay to just be in your emotions, to be who you are, to dream again. Even I think I think this relationship is inspiring the ability to dream and to have wonderful ideas of relationships and abundance and happiness, right? And this is what's that energy that you bring to each other is honestly very powerful, because the star is coming up as well.